Hey guys, what is going on? The Gospo21 here, and as you can see from the title of this video, I'm actually playing a little bit of Surgeon Simulator, and I forgot to hit that record button on the Audacity, so this is actually not live, but I just got done with it. It was probably going to be more funny if it was live, but I had to show this because I actually beat it, and I don't know how I beat it. I watched one YouTube video where you beat it, and I just didn't know what to do, and so I figured it out. And it was actually really funny, and I mean, I'll pretty much go step by step on what I did. So I went over here, and I'll try to explain to y'all how to beat it, so maybe next time y'all play it, y'all can beat it. And what I pretty much did is I just used this to try to cut out his ribs. That's what you gotta do first, is get all the ribs out of the way, get them dislocated from the body. And I had a little bit of trouble at first, like you're seeing right now, but it wasn't too bad. Oh, see, that's what really got me good at first, is taking that big center bone out. I don't know what it's called, right in the center of the ribs, and that gets out of there, and I actually lost no blood like you see in the top right hand corner, so that was really good. And see, I moved it out of the way right there, and I actually tried to cut out the other bones. It took me a while to do it, but as long as you don't lose too much blood and you don't puncture him too bad where he's not bleeding way too fast, you should be able to do it. And as you can see right there, I actually tried to pull out the bones manually, but it did not work. They were stuck in there too hard. So then I went over here and I grabbed the saw again, and I tried to start getting him. It took me a little while. It's actually really hard to control. If you guys don't know that really this game, what you have to do is you have to use Q, W, E, and R and the space bar, and that's your fingers, much like you lay them on the keyboard, and you have to do that and use your mouse to move it around the left click, yeah, and makes your hand go up and down, and the right click, you can hold it down, you can spin it to make your hand go like parallel like that. Like, see how it moved up and around? That's how you move your hand, like side to side or up and down, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of hard to explain, but yeah, I kept having a little bit of trouble trying to get this in the right spot, that way I could cut these ribs. But eventually, I'm pretty sure that I went over to the left side of the table and grabbed the thing that actually spins, it rotates. I don't know what that's called. It's more like a chainsaw kind of thing. But that's all you have to do. See, I only lost a little bit of blood just to get those bones out, but you have to get them out. And as long as you don't lose over 3,000 blood, you'll be alright. And I actually finished this, or you'll see how I finished it, but Lou's gonna keep explaining on how I did this. So I sit there and I was just cutting out those ribs as best I could. I was actually gonna go cook those ribs in the oven, and while the surgery was going on, but I didn't have time. Just kidding. And I actually had IHOP tonight. I don't know why. My stomach kind of hurts. I had a lot of IHOP, and I'm sick, as you can tell. My stomach hurt, my nose and my head hurts, and I'm just tired of these colds, or tired of this cold that I got. And as you can see right now, I'm actually grabbing that. When you hold down your thumb, it actually turns it on, and it starts spinning. And it kind of, I didn't want to cut him too bad, because last time I let it go and it just went crazy inside of his body, and he actually died really fast. And it turns out on that one, I did not have fraps up, and it's already like 11:30 in my house, so I'm really tired, and I'm just trying to get this video done before I have to go to bed and wake up for school in the morning.
Oh no.
Because I went to the softball game. And yep, as you can see right here, I'm just trying to move all the bones out of the way. That's pretty much the key, is just to get all the bones out of the way, and you'll be alright. And I'm trying to have a little bit of trouble. It's so hard to get those bones out of there. If you can't get the bones out of there and it's taking too much time, just don't worry about it and leave them in there. It's not going to affect the surgery. The main goal, as you'll see a little bit later, is just to get the lungs out of the way and actually use one of those scalpels, whatever they're called, to actually cut the arteries of the heart out of there, and you can the heart will stop beating, as you'll see in just a second, and you just put the heart in there, and it's pretty much like a heart transplant. I mean, it's not actually that hard of a game that most people are making out to be. This is actually my third time to ever play it, and I actually figured it out after watching one video that you have to. I didn't know what you had to do, and if I didn't watch that video, I probably would be stuck, and I'd probably be doing random things. And as you can see right here, I'm actually grabbing the hammer, and that is because both of my tools are probably at my feet right now. because I actually dropped them both. And the hammer, I did not use actually the front side, as you'll see in a second. I actually turned it around to the back side and pretty much just scraped the bones out of there. And I had 4,000 blood, so I was like, let's just get these out of here. And as you saw right there, I took every bone out and I lost about 1,000 blood, but it was alright because I still have 3,600 left, and it's going down pretty fast. But I gotta get that hammer out of there, and I pretty much just flick it to the side just like that. Boom. And next step you have to do is to get the bones out of the body like I'm doing right there, and make sure that the lungs are out. And you really don't need the lungs to actually finish the surgery, so if the lungs fall off the table, don't freak out, don't get mad. Like that lung right there is, I'm trying to stop it, and it's like, alright, whatever, just go, because you don't have to have the lung to actually finish the surgery and get an A++ or whatever. But right there, I set down that lung, and then I was just like, alright, I got 3,500 health left, so let's go ahead and get the scaffold and try to get that heart out of there. But then I would come to realize that the ribs are blocking my view of the heart, so I kind of have to do a little bit of moving around. And it's kind of a struggle to get these scaffolds to, I don't know, I'm probably pronouncing that completely wrong, I'm probably going to get hate, or the little, I'll call them little knives that cut out the, or can cut things really easily because they're really, really sharp. And I had a hard time getting it. It took me just a second, and in the video it was actually pretty funny if I was recording live. And I finally got it right there, and I'm going to cut it. And I had a little bit of trouble. I should have moved those ribs out of there just to get everything situated, but I was afraid that I was going to lose too much blood and that the guy was going to die. And as you can see right there, I tried to get it where I could get as far back behind the knife as possible. That way I could cut the main arteries out of there and the heart would stop beating, as you'll see in just a second. And there we go, get way back behind the thing, and I just pretty much just moved it back and forth because I wasn't going to do much damage at all to this heart because it's already messed up because we're doing a heart transplant, of course. And that guy, it was funny in the video, I actually nicknamed him Chris. I don't know, just a random name that came to my mind, and so I was like, it's alright Chris, I got you bro, and all that kind of stuff. But it wasn't live, so it sucks, but sucks for me at least because it was actually really funny and it actually made a really good video. But hopefully you got me explaining this will help you guys in the future actually beat this game, and maybe even, I don't know, like do it way faster and not lose any blood. As you can see right there, I just stopped the heart, and I was actually having a little bit of trouble getting it. I finally had to tilt my hand down and grab the heart out of there. I mean, your hand does not go down that low. I wish it went down all the way down where you actually touch the heart every time, but it doesn't. It's more like a let's put our hand over this and levitate the heart kind of thing. But eventually, after all the Q-tips I spilt are in there, I get it out in just a second. No head. You got it. You got it, bro. Alright, right there. Nope, maybe not right there. And right there. Yep. And I moved the heart, just set it down, and actually had a little bit of trouble getting this heart out of the box because that box just wants to close on you, and my hand was kind of spazzing out. I couldn't get it to go right, and then I almost I was freaking out right here. Hold on, just wait a second. Wait till I get that. I almost lost the heart right there. Like, I was really close when it kind of almost fell. If it would have fell, it probably would have rolled off the table. And right there, especially when it got in the back of the box, I got really nervous that it was going to fall out and I was going to lose the whole game because of that. But I eventually, like right here, I think, after this next try, I get it open, and there we go. And all you have to do to win the game is, like I'm about to do, just set that in there. And as you can see, I beat it with 2,638 milliliters of blood left, and in 8 minutes and 43 seconds with a A++ rating. And anyways, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe for more. Hopefully these tips will help you out in the future when you play this game. And subscribe for more, and I will see you guys later.